I'll be honest, I kind of like Angela Rayner. She's one of the main things that gives the Labour Party any life at all, in my view. She's vivacious, she's witty, she's real. I don't know her personally, obviously, but we actually need people like that in politics. It makes things a bit more interesting. I'm not suggesting for a minute that I agree with her, by the way, but it is possible to like a person but deeply disagree with them at the same time. Neither am I suggesting that her rant calling Tories homophobic, was it misogynistic, banana republic, racist, Etonian, vile scum was acceptable in any way. Under Scottish laws, she'd be in a whole heap of trouble for that. In fact, I'm not quite sure how she got away with it here. Many of her party's policies are, in my view, unworkable, like the 28 billion green energy pledge, which resulted in a massive U-turn. Their rush to net zero is a real turn-off, as is their raid on education, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Naive and bordering on ridiculous policies, which I can't see working. If Sir John Curtis is correct that a Labour win is a 99% inevitability, and he should know he's pretty much always right, then wouldn't you rather a Labour Party with her? Wouldn't you rather have Angela there? She's the Boris Johnson of the party, and you saw what happened to him. She comes across as a feisty, strong woman who knows what she wants. Very admirable qualities. But an investigation in the Mail on Sunday, this morning, has apparently, in their words, blown apart claims that she, Angela, spent the first 5 years of her marriage at her principal property in her house in Stockport on Vicarage Road, where she claimed to have lived separately from her husband. The arrangement meant that she didn't have to pay capital gains tax when she sold it 8 years later, making a profit of £48,500. She also faces being called a hypocrite because she's criticised Help to Buy, which was a flagship Tory scheme, which she accused of fuelling the housing crisis whilst taking advantage of it herself. According to the Mail on Sunday, correspondence on social media posts from around that time seemed to indicate that Angela may have in fact lived at her husband's home in Lowndes Lane, even registering her children there in 2010. If that is the case, then calls for the police to investigate would grow louder. Angela has insisted that she's done nothing wrong and that I bought my council house in 2007. I owned my own home, lived there, paid bills there and was registered there to vote prior to selling the house in 2015, all before I was an MP. Well, Angela clearly has questions to answer. If, sadly, it is proven that there are untruths, and then Angela should do the right thing. The question is, would a Labour Party be better off with or without her? I say keep her in place. She's probably more of a liability.